Attack on Titan VR is disappointing. And I know many of you guys are probably thinking, well, the game isn't even out yet. How can you say the game is disappointing if you've never played it? Well, all I have to say is, literally from the first gameplay trailer, I was already very, very skeptical of what the studio was going to be able to do for this massive of an IP in the VR genre. First things first, I want these VR studios to take risk. I want these studios to try new things, and I'm definitely supportive of these projects being made. The only thing that sucks is when it's on something as big and massive as Attack on Titan, one of the most well-known animes and mangas out there, and it's being adapted to VR in a very, very poor way. So what I'm going to play for you guys is the first trailer that was released over a year ago for this game. I'm just going to go and kind of have this like in the background as I go and talk about the points of what's being shown on here. First things first, I do want to disclaim the fact that I'm not just trying to go and call out the studio on this, because it's not their fault entirely for all of this. Biggest part comes down to just how it was all tackled in the first place. So, looking at this trailer off the beginning, you can tell that this is not IRL, like, footage. This is not in-game footage that is being recorded. It's definitely a pre-render, and you can just tell just by the quality and everything, this is built for a hype trailer, right? It's supposed to grab a lot of attention, you know, it's supposed to look pretty, and basically deliver the things that people want to see. At this time, even at looking at this, I knew just by the movement that was being shown in these trailers, it would not replicate what was going to be done in game, just because I know with a lot of these mainstream titles, especially in VR, the IPs are a huge grabbing point, but they always try to tend to people who get motion sick. So in that trailer, you guys could see a lot of movement. And knowing that this is Attack on Titan, you got to imagine with ODM gear, if you want it to feel cool and be awesome, you want it to go fast, you want to be able to go and pump the gas, and you want to be able to grab those strings and just fling yourself like crazy. I mean, who wouldn't want to experience that in VR? Problem is, this is a MetaQuest official title being released. And this is where I kind of get into it. MetaQuest has done a lot of things for the VR genre. Don't get me wrong. I would say that Meta has probably been one of the bigger faces in terms of getting VR a lot more mainstream, especially during the COVID time. With the Quest 2, that was just one of the biggest sellers for VR in, honestly, history. It is probably still, to this day, one of the most sold VR headsets out there. The thing that I do not like are these exclusive titles being released, because they are so strict, and like you guys are about to see with the trailer that just released today, compared to the trailer you guys just saw, it does not look good. And I'm going to actually go and just load this up so you guys can see it yourselves. It is not pretty. So IGN just went and released this, and you can tell already just how supportive we are of this trailer. I am glad that a lot of people are pulling together to completely just call out the BS and be like, this is some shit. You know, like, it does not look good. I'm going to let this play, and you guys can judge on your own. And then we're going to, yeah, we're going to break this down. So I'm just going to let this play. It's a 2-minute trailer. All right. Get hyped, guys. Attack on Titan VR is finally here. We got about 5 FPS in that frame. Looking good. I like the shading of the Titans there. I think that's tight. I do like the art style. I'll say that. That is the one thing that is pretty good. It looks a lot brighter, but in the trailer, look at the artifacting of the buildings and things spawning in as he's going. We need to update recording trailers for Quest games, or even just VR in general. Why are we doing this on the Quest? It doesn't look good with inconsistent FPS. Like, you're dropping frames in this trailer. The buildings are popping in. The textures are popping in. The slow motion could be cool in some ways, but I don't know if I'm going to like that. I like the destruction. I think that's a cool idea. What? Cosmetics? Oh, I'm so hyped. I can't wait. My tamales can't handle this, dude. Are you guys hyped yet? Do you feel it? Do you feel it in your bones? Feel it in your tiblets? I like the dismemberment. I think that's kind of cool. I'm surprised they actually show that in the trailer, too. Usually they're pretty anal about blood and stuff being shown. So, just looking at this, this is where I was very, very bugged, okay? We're not even going to finish the trailer here. This makes it feel like one of those one of those arcade shooters or arcade games you used to play back in like Chuck E. Cheese's or like Dave and Buster's, where you get like the gun and you're shooting at that 2D screen and things are just popping up in front of you. That's what those attacks remind me of. I think this is insanely immersion breaking and does not look good on video. That's just my opinion. I think it looks awful. And these slow motion cuts, I mean, they can be cool in some ways. I personally don't like them, because I think it's just going to take away from the actual cool feeling of doing it yourself. You know what I mean? If the game just slows it down for you, how does it feel epic? You know what I mean? But you're telling me this, right? What you guys are looking at right here, a year ago on their pre-render, this is what they were promoting. Okay? Bro, I gotta open up a new window for this. Okay? Give me 2 seconds. I need to go and open up a new YouTube window, because, oh my god, guys. Ooh, Tamales is streaming. Going sub timeless. So take a look at this, right? Now take a look at this. The Titan right here, that's on the right-hand side, he is expressing everything that I'm feeling about Attack on Titan Unbreakable right now. Attack on Titan VR Unbreakable, more like Attack on Titan VR The Forgettable. Because this is not good, dude. The fact that this was a year ago promoted, looking like this, and this is what we're getting, right? On a very, very big mainstream IP, this not only is disappointing for people who are fans of VR, but this is also a huge fumble for the VR genre in general. It's almost like we're taking a step backwards with this. Because when you think about it, if we get these big IPs like Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, or in this case, Attack on Titan, these are big, big IPs. And this is super important for grabbing mainstream attention to see, oh, like what VR's up to. This brand new game just released for VR only. I can't wait to see it. And then they see this. This is what we have to show for them? You know, like what's happening here? He's got a coochie. Like, what the frick's going on, man? Oh my god, don't even get me started with the movement. So, if you guys watch the trailer very specifically, you'll notice the movement is so, like, side-to-side janky, and it looks so bad. I've played the fan-made games years ago, and they look margins better than this. You'll notice in this next clip here, when they go and show, like, the little gas canisters on the roof that they go, right here, when they're moving side to side, oh, it looks so gross. It is so stiff. You know what I mean? Like, look at the way it just bounces so weird. The lines here, I'm going to go in slow motion. And this is just the trailer, man. I haven't even played it. So, watch the way he hits the lines, and he's still able to control left to right without the lines pulling him. So, this line here doesn't even freaking matter, because you can just use your left analog to move left and right. What's the point of having the ODM lines and grapples if you can just move normally anyway? Like, what's the point? Dude, I have played the fan-made games for God knows how long. I'll actually just go and search up Attack on Titan. I'm sure they'll pop up. Probably more than this trailer. Let me just go and search this up. But I know I'm going to sound like I'm ranting. So I just searched up Attack on Titan VR, and the first thing that pops up is the video I did legit 5 months ago, right? So this game is a fan-made game made by not very many people. I want to say maybe it's only been by 2 people. And it already looks margins better. First off, disclaimers, it is on PC, so that is another reason why it probably looks a little bit better. I know some people might say they actually like the other art style on Unbreakable better than this, but the movement mechanics are what make this special. Like, no joke, you are able to do such cool things here, man. Like, you can go and fling around the buildings, and it actually pulls you, and the physics are relatable to how you do the strings. So, like, you'll notice here, I can go and swing around the buildings, and, like, actually having my grapples here, I can tilt my head and do barrel rolls. I can tilt my body for POVs. I can do front flips and back flips. I got the gas canisters just like in the anime. It's unreal, man. It is so cool. And then we go back to this movement. Compared to what you guys just saw, man. What a freaking joke. I might just sound like an absolute, hater. And I hope you guys understand. Typically, with a lot of VR, I am very, very positive in a lot of ways. And it's because I care about VR and I want to see it strive to be better. And I want to see, these games succeed and do great. But unfortunately, like you guys can tell in this moment, It's not looking pretty for Attack on Titan. This is one where I want to speak up and be heard on this, because I know there's going to be some people strongly supporting this game, when obviously enough there has been fan-made ports, not even ports, but fan-made games that have been around for 3+ years that have done it better than the official release that is being supported by the actual IP. Like, why not go and hire the people that made the fan-made games to work on this? It blows my mind. They already showed how it works. They already have a functionality that works. They understand the VR mechanics, but instead we're focused on doing something new and innovative for the VR industry, which you're dropping to like 10 frames in your trailer. Look at this, dude. What a joke. Look at this. His frames dropped to like 10 FPS. Why? Oh my goodness, dude. What a joke. And like, I might sound frustrated because I am frustrated. This is ridiculous. Anyone in any way, shape, or form, VR fan or not, is going to see this trailer and be like, man, VR sucks. Right? That is just so freaking sad. This had the potential to pull so many more people into the VR genre. Like, this and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas are probably two of the bigger hits, I would say, for VR. And this is what we have to show for it. Ladies and gentlemen, disappointed is an understatement, if I have to say it truthfully speaking. Like, this game right here is free to play. You can do backflips, you can go and cartwheel, you can slay Titans Levi style, you can legit eject the blades and plunge them from your place. It's sick, man. The movement is unreal, it's super fun, and we have an official release that's dropping that is just gonna put the actual IP to shame. Guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions about this. I'm personally just really sad about it. Like, I don't want to make this video just to be like, hey, I want to hate on VR, because at the end of the day, that's like the last thing I want to do. I truthfully want to be on the side of promoting VR in a good light because I care so much about this genre. But when things like this show up, something's got to be talked about. I mean, for God's sakes, man. Before we end this video, they had a disclaimer about delaying the release date because they wanted to focus on making the game better. I saw this, and I was like, yes, do that. Make it good. Like, this is what we need. More studios to be as transparent and be like, hey guys, we understand how important a project like this is. We want to take the utmost care in living up to the expectations. Big plus, big ups. But this was over, okay, how many months? December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So about 7 months, give or take, right? About 7 months. We have a delay for that, and we get that trailer? Like, what a joke, man. 7 months for this, man. You gotta be kidding me. I'm done, man. That's it.